Good morning. Welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Friday, TGIF, July the 17th. We're here to look at the rest of the mysteries that were published this week. There's not a whole lot of them, but we didn't get to them earlier, so we're going to get to them today. Excuse me. Hope you're having a good morning. Well, let's do a check-in. Elena says, good morning, PK. Well, good morning, Elena. How you doing? She says, I am good. Good to hear. And happy Friday, indeed. And hello to Amy and Mary when they get here. All right. Let's see. Announcements. As usual, I don't have any sprints tonight. I don't do them on Friday night. Our next sprints are tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern for 5 hours. And that is it. This one might be a quick one. We only have 7 to look at. I did look to see if there's anything else that had been hiding from me this week, and there was not. So. Death on a Lively Sea by Katie Watson. 6th already. 6th in the 3 Dahlias Mysteries. Crazy. I think I'm back in book 2 or 3. Rosalind King, Carol Hooper, and Posey Starling may be famous for each playing fictional detective Dahlia Lively on screen, but their growing reputation for solving real murder cases has prompted an offer that they can't refuse. Property mogul and billionaire Percy Pendleton has invited them for a 2-week trip on his mega yacht this summer to investigate a case of expected murder. Percy doesn't believe that his father's recent death was natural, despite what the police say. In fact, he thinks he's going to be murdered too, and soon. Not being one to sit around waiting for things to happen, he's gathered all the people he suspects of wanting him dead for a luxury cruise around the Mediterranean. That's smart. Not. Let's give them, an isolated opportunity. All they have to do is just tip you overboard, dude. Plus, you think these people are going to kill you, so you're going to let them live in luxury on your yacht? Feed them? No. He's giving the 3 Dahlias the length of the voyage to investigate his father's demise, figure out who wants him dead, and stop them. It's a challenge unlike any they've ever tackled before, but at least they get to enjoy the sun, sea, and limoncello spritz while they're interviewing the suspects. Just like the potential killer. And I forgot to click on screen, so we're going to give it a minute. Kristen says, good morning, everyone. Well, good morning. How are ya? Elena says, hello, Kristen. Mary says, good morning, PK, Elena, and Kristen. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you. Did you get any of the rain? Any rain? Or still hot? We had another storm last night, but I think we didn't get rain. I think it was all wind and lightning. With it being so hot here, we're having the evening storms. Murder on the 4th by Lila Blue, 8th in the Silver Pines Mysteries. Summer has arrived in Silver Pines, bringing lakeside mornings, patriotic bunting us, I don't know what that is, and just enough chaos to keep things interesting. Claire Garner is finally ready for a quiet stretch after Susie and Pate's picture-perfect June wedding, especially with the newlyweds off to Italy aboard Blake Catalano's private jet, as one does. With her relationship with Jackson Edwards finally steady and certain, life is beginning to feel exactly the way it should. But in Silver Pines, peace never lasts long. When a local paddleboarder discovers something unexpected drifting near the reeds at Whispering Willow Lake, Claire is pulled into a mystery filled with shifting alibis, small town secrets, and one very inconvenient body. With the 4th of July celebration fast approaching, and there's emojis here, her closest friends an ocean away, and a town full of suspects, Claire must untangle the truth before the fireworks fly and before someone else gets burned. In Silver Pines, even the calmest waters can hide deadly secrets. Down here they have what the tropes are, what the tone is, what the heat level is, and what it's comparable to. It's comparable to Gilmore Girls and Hallmark Mysteries. Can we not just write a book? Ruh. Lena says it's hot. We get 25% chance of rain next Tuesday. Oof, goodness. Mary says, wondering how you're all doing there in Montana with the smoke from Canadian fires. You know what? For once, it is avoiding us. It's going east of us. We always, always, always get it. But right now, it is pretty much drifting away over that way. And we're okay with that. And now, of course, the East Coast is going, oh, you're poisoning us. Yeah, welcome to our summers. It's very smoky here in Virginia today via the fog. It smells funny. Yes. Yes. We have that every summer. From Canada, from Idaho. Right now, we've been very lucky. But I'm sorry you're going through that. You gotta, take care of yourself. Maybe stay inside with air conditioning. Scone Cold Whiskers by J.C. Lewis. 13th in the Whiskers and Whisks Whodunit. With Christmas only 2 weeks away, Violet is barely holding it together in Elkin, Virginia, heartbroken, scraping by, and pouring everything into a fledgling scone business built from her Welsh grandmother's cherished recipe. When money vanishes from a holiday fundraiser for the local dog sanctuary, suspicion sweeps the small town. Determined to help new friends, Violet starts asking questions between pre-dawn baking sessions and scone deliveries, stirring up old feuds, fresh suspicions, and neighbors with secrets to hide. As the holiday draws closer, Violet must find the truth before the trail goes cold, and before the sanctuary loses everything. Kitties and Christmas by Lena Turner, 6th in a Pawpaw's Pet Bakery Cozy Mysteries. Oh goodness, are we going to have talking people? Talking animals? Let's see. Christmas in Sweet Haven is meant to sparkle, but this year the town's magic vanishes along with its prized Christmas star. During the annual tree lighting, the antique topper gifted by the founding family disappears and is nowhere to be found. Tilly Sweet finds herself caught in the middle of the holiday heist, with her loyal dogs, Clever Cat, and mischievous Pig at her side. I guess there's a pig in the picture there. She must untangle a web of clues and suspects, from the shady chamber president to desperate heir bent on reclaiming his legacy. As gossip swirls and holiday cheer fades, Tilly races to uncover the thief before Sweet Haven's Christmas is lost for good. It's still hot here as well, but cooler than the hundreds we've been experiencing. Now we're only in the 90s. Yeah, us too. But yesterday was so humid. Oh, nasty. Staying inside today, breathing the air outside is not good. That sounds like a good plan. Amy says, hi everyone. Hello. The Emerald Teapot by Rosalie Oakes, 5th in the Lady Diviner series. It looks like it's set during the Regency. Eleanor had hoped for a peaceful honeymoon in the charming seaside town of Brighton. Instead, she has a murder to solve. Really? Does she have to? A brooding husband to reassure, and her entire family installed in the house, in the misguided notion that they are needed to protect her, for it seems dreadfully clear that as the bride, she was the intended victim of the lethal wedding present. Luckily, Eleanor has a sensible plan, disguising herself as her own widowed mother so that she may safely investigate and use her growing divination power to track down the killer. But it appears that Eleanor's family is keeping their own secrets. A libertine duke is pursuing her mother, who has unaccountably mislaid her mob caps, and her brother has befriended a suspicious footman. When Beresford is snatched away in the middle of it all, Eleanor must outwit a ruthless opponent to save her new husband, her wayward family, and quite possibly all of Britain. Who wants to kill the bride? What secrets hide in the enchanted teapot collection? And what on earth is her mother wearing? Oh my goodness. I just read the next blurb. Set in magical Regency Brighton, filled with intrigue, farcical disguises, and pocket-sized vampires. I'm out. End of that road. And we have a jet going over. And he says, hi, Amy. And says, oh, those suspicious footmen, the bane of my existence. I know, always. You just can't get good help. The Cloak and Dagger Club by Jackie McMahon. First in the Cloak and Dagger Club Mysteries. London, 1930. Lucy Hubbard is on the cusp of achieving her dreams. With her first mystery novel debuting with strong sales and glowing reviews, she's been invited by Horace Hazelmore, the king of crime fiction, to join his elite group of writers, the Cloak and Dagger Club. Thrilled at the opportunity, Lucy finds herself swept up into Horace's glamorous world at the Ritz Hotel. She's even willing to put up with the inconvenient presence of her former fiancé, Frank Murray, the club's rising star who is on track to eclipse Horace as Britain's most popular crime writer. Guess who's gonna die? But when Horace is found with a knife in his back, Frank is the police's prime suspect. Despite their complicated history, Lucy knows he's not capable of murder. With suspects galore and the danger rising, these two mystery writers must race to solve the crime and fight their lingering feelings for each other before the murderer strikes again. The man says, no relation that I know of. Wow. If she becomes very successful, you might have to trace some of the lines back there. Stitching Up Trouble by Susanna Sage, 6th in the Tilly Martin Cozy Mysteries. Tilly Martin arrives at the Great Hill Country Stitch-In at the, I'm going to say this wrong, Peternales Ridge Resort, expecting a weekend of teaching her first retreat class, catching up with old friends, and trying not to spend her entire budget in the vendor room. With 80 dedicated stitchers, popular instructors, classrooms full of creative egos, and enough retreat politics to knot the strongest thread, the biggest drama should have been the argument over who claimed the seat near the outlet. Then renowned instructor Judith Harrow is found dead beside the resort pool. We're shocked. At first, the death looks like a tragic accident, but in a retreat filled with rival instructors, long-standing grudges, and reputations protected stitch by stitch, Tilly quickly realizes the truth is far more tangled. Everyone at the Stitch-In seems to be hiding something. A designer with a very public grievance, a historian whose quiet intensity masks secrets of her own, organizers desperate to avoid scandal, and stitchers who have spent decades perfecting the art of smiling politely while keeping their true thoughts to themselves. As rumors spread faster than canvases at a trunk show, Tilly begins unraveling a mystery rooted deep in the needlepoint world itself, where questions of credit, betrayal, and work stolen long ago may matter more than anyone wants to admit. With her sharp instincts, loyal friends, and one very opinionated cat waiting back home in Hillcrest, Tilly must stitch together the truth before the wrong woman becomes the easiest answer to a very complicated question. Because at the Great Hill Country Stitch-In, not every masterpiece is original, and some projects are worth killing for. It says it's a Tilly Martin cozy mystery, but on the cover it says Blue Bonnet Stitchery. A Texas Hill Country cozy mystery. All kinds of little subtitles. And that is it. We have looked at everything. I think I am marked safe from these books this week, which is good because I'm finally reading again. And I'm reading a fantasy right now, Malice, finally, by John Gwynne. Really liking it. Really liking it. I crossed the 50% mark. You know, I was slumping for a little while. I also am reading. We've got time. Can I do it from here? Let's see. I do this show in a different browser. So some things are have passwords and everything, and some don't. So we shall see. Mary says, shocked and appalled. Oh, those stitches. I know. I admire needlework. I would not have the patience to finish. Amy says, glad to hear you're reading again. Yes, thank you very much. Isn't that an awful feeling? I hate that feeling. Yes, all right. So, this is my Goodreads. That's the stuff I've read. This is what I'm reading right now. Malice, again, 50%, over 50% through in the series. Very classic, epic. And book one so far is very much setting things up for the next 3 books. We're getting to know who the players are and what's going on in the world. And then yesterday at lunch, I started The One Day You Were My Husband by Rosie Walsh. And the premise of this, it intrigued me, was 10 years ago, this female British doctor got married in Thailand, and that they just got married and were dancing afterward, and he got snatched and was never seen again. The one day they were married. And so she went back home and never heard, and so she built a life. And then she finds out that he wasn't killed, but did not contact her. Doesn't that sound intriguing? And the writing was really hitting me pretty good too. So I started that one. I'm about 20% through that one. And then a library hold came up for me. Don't know if I'll stick with it or not. I've tried to read it before. I'm trying again. The Witcher, the original book series that the TV show is based on with Henry Cavill. This is the place to start. It's technically kind of the 0.5, but and it's short stories. But this is The Last Wish in the Witcher series. I'm gonna Andrew Sapkowski. How's about that? So that is what I'm reading. I go through bouts of not reading as well. I blame social media and constant scrolling, which has destroyed my concentration, or so it seems, working on cutting down on the scrolling. Yeah, it definitely is a factor. Amy says, that sounds interesting too. Yes. Yeah, it was. So I'm back to reading. I just finished, since I'm doing show and tell. I didn't dry my hair. I'm about to start round 72 of the blanket that I'm working on. So it's getting quite big. It doesn't even fit in the... Whoop. So I'm up here right now. 72, if I'm on 72 of 77, so I'm getting there. But it takes like 2 hours to go all the way around because it's that big. So, but and I'm not in any rush. Amy says, "Oh, that's pretty." Well, thank you. It's been fun to do. I'm following Juan the Yarn Addict on YouTube, and these are very basic stitches, but they're put together to look really cool. And so it's been really fun to do. Mary says, "Wow, that is lovely. All that on your lap in the summertime must be hard." Yay, air conditioning. Plus, you're hearing the white noise. Keo has a fan right over here, and it's on all the time. And right now it's on the highest level. So I get some splashback from his fan. So that also helps. So that is what I'm doing this weekend. Steve has a shooting tournament. Well, it's actually Big Sky State Games. Montana has a big statewide sporting event in all kinds of different sporting disciplines. And Steve runs the shooting one. So he's going to be out in it tomorrow. But I'm going to be hunkering down and crocheting and reading. It says, yes, as long as the air it moves, it sure helps with the comfort level. Indeed. Indeed. Well, that is it for today. I appreciate you guys hanging out so much. You guys are just wonderful. You guys warm my heart. And it's not easy to get up and watch this, but at least it's better than bad news or anything like that. It's books. Mary says, think I'll go to the farmer's market tomorrow if smoke is better. Oh, that'll be nice. Do some browsing, pick up some fresh something or others. Veggies, yeah, but take a look at the fruit. Do some samples. If they do the samples, that sounds really nice. I don't think, well, maybe ours has started. I haven't gone, gosh, maybe years and years, but that sounds like a good plan. Alrighty, please be cool, stay hydrated, read good books, and as the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day. God bless. Mary says, thanks so much. Hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy a good book. Fresh corn. Ooh, corn and so are the peaches. There you go. Oh, yeah. And Amy says, have a good day, everyone. Back at you, baby.